Thank you for returning to my channel. So tonight I want to discuss Jordan Peterson on the Joe Rogan podcast. And before we really get into it, I guess I will say that luckily he didn't cry and try to win sympathy points by crying. I guess maybe his advisors told him that wasn't gonna work on there. So this is what Twitter and everything is blowing up over. Even Michaela's already addressed it, and the podcast came out today within this last 24 hours or so, is that in there he says to Joe that there's a section where he says, oh, there's the woke right, and they talk about this weirdo guy named James Lindsay. And then he said that whoever is the woke right is basically psychopaths. He said that the people on the fringes of the woke right are psychopaths, like Grypers. Here's the thing. Right now, there's been a major push to shame the shit out of Joe Rogan. There's been a major push to make it seem like if he doesn't have an expert on, he is doing something dangerous. And these experts magically always appear to be the intellectual dark web. That Constantine guy, Dave Rubin, Sam Harris, the Weinstein brothers. It's always these guys that are now, like, anytime there has to be an important conversation, it's like there they are to keep the conversation from going to certain subjects, for certain subjects. So what am I talking about? When Joe Rogan wanted to have a discussion with Terrence Howard, who comes on there? The Weinstein brother. And even there, he was just, the Weinstein guy with Terrence Howard was just like, oh, if you want to be accepted in my world, if you want to be accepted by the people I'm talking to, if you want to be accepted, if you want to be taken seriously, you have to play the game. But here's the thing. This is now where this gets a little bit different, is that Kanye West said some crazy things. Now he's almost right on the edge where he's going to have to be in a conservatorship, or he's going to be the next Britney Spears or the next Amanda Bynes. There's this vibe. There's this thing going where now you're dangerous if you were having conversations without an expert. Have you been there? That shit. Like, Douglas Murray, you can't talk about blah, 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 because you haven't been there. You haven't experienced it. That's dangerous. Now, if you think differently, now you're a psychopath. Now, everyone who finds the woke right weird, because the woke right has a very neocon specific type of agenda, that if you don't agree with that, if you're on the fringe of the right, you're a psychopath. You need to be institutionalized. If you think that you want to question World War II and history, yeah, maybe you deserve to be in a psych ward. That's where this is all going. And it sounds like, oh, maybe this is bullshit. There's nothing going on. You're making stuff up. But go look online. Go look online. They're all talking about it. It's all there. People are noticing it. The great noticing has begun. But this is also This is also so funny because it seems like every other guest has been pushing censorship onto Joe Rogan. Every other guest has been telling Joe, stay to the agenda. And we all know what the agenda is to never question what other countries do. Specific other countries. So the hypocrisy is hilarious because one main theme that whenever you click the Twitter or X post and then you read the comments, they all say, all these people, when they were questioning if a man was a man and a woman was a woman, all were about the free speech. Now you're a psychopath. And it's like, who cares? But if they had their way, you'd be in jail for even thinking about, what about this? What about that? You'd be in jail. Because saying you're a psychopath, it's a very different type of line. It's a different pill to swallow. So if you notice these new moves being pulled, if you see the new game, once you know the rules of the game, then you're bad, because then you know what's going on. So they don't like that. They want you to say, hey buddy, why don't you take a nap? And nothing's going on. And oh sure, I'll go have a nap. I'll go nap. Yeah, sure, I'll nap right now. How about that? Why don't I go nap right now? Well, you're napping, total domination, world domination is right over there. So don't ever think that because you fall asleep at the chessboard that the other dude isn't making moves on the chessboard. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.